O goddess, if I tracked my story back until its first beginning, were there time to hear the annals of our trials, then the evening would have shut Olympus's gates and gathered in the day before I ended. But we were sailing out from ancient Troy, if Troy means anything to you, across strange seas when, as it willed, a tempest drove us upon the coasts of Libya. I am pious Aeneas, and I carry in my ships my household gods together with me, rescued from Argive enemies. My fame is known beyond the sky. I seek out Italy, my country, my ancestors born of Jove. When I set out upon the Phrygian sea, I had twice 10 ships, and my goddess mother showed me the way. I followed my firm fates. Now I am left with scarcely 7 galleys, ships shattered by the waves and the east wind. And I myself, a needy stranger, roam across the wilderness of Libya. I am driven out of Europe, out of Asia. But Venus had enough of his complaints, and so she interrupted his lament. Whoever you may be, I hardly think the heaven dwellers hold a grudge against you. The breath of life is yours, and you are near a Tyrian city. Only make your way until you reach the palace of the queen. For I can tell you truthfully, your comrades are given back to you. Your fleet is saved and driven toward sure waters by the winds that shifted to the north. Unless my parents have taught me augury to no good end. Look there, where you can make out twice 6 swans that gladly file along, whom once the bird of Jupiter had scattered, swooping down from upper air into the open sky. And now, in long array, they either seem to settle down, or else to hover, waiting and watching those that have already landed. And just as they, returning, play with rustling wings, as they wheel about the sky and cruise and give themselves to song, not otherwise your ships and youths are either in the harbor or near its mouth with swelling sails. Only move on and follow where this pathway leads. These were the words of Venus. When she turned, her neck was glittering with a rose brightness, her hair anointed with ambrosia, her head gave all the fragrance of the gods, her gown was long into the ground, even her walk was sign enough she was a goddess. And when Aeneas recognized his mother, he followed her with these words as she fled. Why do you mock your son so often and so cruelly with these lying apparitions? Why can't I ever join you, hand to hand, to hear, to answer you with honest words? So he reproaches her, then takes the road to Carthage. But as goddess, Venus cloaks Aeneas and Achates in dark mist. She wraps them in a cape of clouds so thick that none can see or touch them, or delay their way, or ask why they had come. And she herself glides through the skies to Paphos, gladly revisiting her home, her temple and her 100 altars fragrant with fresh garlands, and warm with their Sabaean frankincense. Meanwhile, Aeneas and the true Achates press forward on their path. They climb a hill that overhangs the city, looking down upon the facing towers. Aeneas marvels at the enormous buildings, once mere huts, and at the gates and tumult of paved streets. The eager men of Tyre work steadily. Some build the city walls or citadel. They roll up stones by hand, and some select the place for a new dwelling, marking out its limits with a furrow. Some make laws, establish judges and a sacred senate. Some excavate a harbor, others lay the deep foundations for a theater, hewing tremendous pillars from the rocks, high decorations for the stage to come. Just as the bees in early summer, busy beneath the sunlight through the flowered meadows, when some lead on their full-grown young, and others press out the flowing honey, pack the cells with sweet nectar, or gather in the burdens of those returning. Some in columns drive the drones, a lazy herd, out of the hives. The work is fervent, and the fragrant honey is sweet with time. How fortunate are those whose walls already rise, Aeneas cries, while gazing at the rooftops of the city. Then, sheltered by a mist, astoundingly, he enters in among the crowd, mingling together with the Tyrians. No one sees him.